This variety becomes topics for 60 seconds. You got a whole bunch of them right here, okay? Different ones. So they are the first part to a new you in BNI where you don't bore people. They will listen to you every week because you will have something different to say. Now, you get these target markets and you ask yourself, how do I help them? Each one of these, you will draw a circle, okay? This is where the work comes in. So every one of these is going to have a circle. So you'll have a ton of them. You'll have as many circles as you have target markers, whatever that is. Whether it's 5 or 25, I don't know. Now, in the center of each of these is a different subject, a different ideal client. So in the middle goes your target market. This becomes the tier 2 that we talked about. These are people, they could be inside your chapter, but you really want them outside, right? You want outside referrals to these type of people. They become your tier 2s, okay? That's what you look at, and that's when you start to tell us how we can identify these people. So I want you to pull out the formula for 60 seconds. We're going to use all of these kind of consecutively so you can look back and forth. This one right here that says formula for 60 seconds. You see where it says my target market is, that's this right here. My ideal client. You can say ideal client or my target market. It doesn't matter. It's one or the other. Whatever you're comfortable with. Is, and you put that here. Now, you can describe what they look like, what they act like, what they say, what they smell like, what they, whatever in here. This is how you tell your chapter each week what to look for, how to identify these people over here. Okay, that's your subject for your 60 seconds. It follows those 3 bold in the thing. When I first made this formula, I only had, I didn't have any of the bold stuff in the center. And I started to go back out, and every time you see me come to chapters, I'm really listening. I'm listening to see whether or not 60 seconds are being effectively done, whether the leadership is effectively running the chapter. I'm listening for a lot of different things, but I want to know if you're being effective. And one of the things I ask myself about every 60 second I listen to is, could I, as a BNI member, go out the door and market for you? And if I can't, I'm going to write down why not. And I'm going to be able to tell you why I can't. That's important, and that's what we all should be doing. And I ask every chapter to get notebooks out and have them, because if we're the marketing people for you, we should be taking notes every week. However, where it fell apart was, if you say the same darn thing for a whole year, I don't have much to write. I wrote it last week, right? And I wrote it 3 weeks ago, so we stopped writing, okay? But if everybody did what I asked, we would have a whole notebook full of different things. And if I kept a whole notebook, and I had Ferry on one page, Robin on one page, each one of you on a different page, I'm going to have your constant change of target markets. I'm going to have your constant description, and I'm going to know, and I'm going to be able to look at that and go, oh, it just hit me. How many times have you looked at things, and all of a sudden it hits you what a person's looking for after you've heard it, and then you look at it and you go, oh, man, I don't know why I didn't see that before, right? So that's what I want us to do. I want us to be able to develop a marketing team. I erased the word team, but that's what we are. Okay, so this is how we do it, but it's going to take me a while to get everybody to do this. So you put this target market in the center, and then you start asking yourself these questions. How do I teach them how to identify a person? What do they say? Would they say, like insurance people, oh, I don't even know my insurance person. They never call me. Or I don't know how I'm invested, Or whatever your particular, I'm feeling horrible. I feel like I need, how many vegetables did you say? 17 fruits and vegetables. I don't even eat fruits and vegetables. I do, but, it's just, and they'll say things, and you teach us what to listen for, okay? So that if they say that, boom, all of a sudden we remember you, okay? Or you teach us what to look at. A chiropractor might go, if you see somebody going like this all the time. Well, you could be in a grocery store at 10 o'clock at night, and you see somebody going like this, who you're going to think about? The chiropractor in your chapter, right? They plant thoughts in your head all the time. That's what those bold things are. Triggers, they see, you would see, you'd hear them, You taste them, you smell them. And when I was doing air purification, and I was doing a lot with odors, one time I went to speak at a real estate company. I did a lot with real estate companies. And I walked in, and you know those little boards they have that they tell who's speaking, okay? Well, my name was up there. I thought, well, that's nice. But then they had underneath it, they had odorologist. I went, well, that's different. First time I've ever been an odorologist, you know. I said, well, I've got a new title, you know. But I mean, things like that people would remember. So people used to say, anytime I smell something bad, I think of you. I'm thinking, that's really good. I really don't want that image, but that's what I had at that particular time. Now, if I smell mold, I think of you. Thanks. I'm getting better. I don't know if it's better or not.